And yeah, and I'm interested in the project that you're going to show me. Perhaps before you show it to me, you could just tell me kind of like, the sort of what kind of assignment you were given for this project, how long you had to build it, that sort of thing.
Well, we were given, there was no real guidelines. It was just essentially make something. And then with the stuff that you've learned. So we originally had a project we had 6 weeks to do, but halfway through we had a guy leave. So, and it was his idea that we were kind of doing. So we basically started over. So in 3 weeks, we made the app that we have now, which we were always told to contribute to open source projects. That's a good way, like for employers to see that you're actually pursuing the knowledge and using it. So we wanted to do that, but we didn't know how. So our app kind of helps you with that issue.
Awesome, cool. That sounds so cool. So can you show me?
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is our project. This is like the landing page where you can it gives you like some general information about the website and what it does. And then there's an about page that kind of talks about the three of us that worked on it. And so once you log in, you can log in with GitHub or LinkedIn, but to access all the features at this point, you need to log in with GitHub. And so once you log in, it'll log you in. And then from here, these are your GitHub repositories. So it pulls those so that you can add them to the OSource project. And then based on that, you fill out the form of like what it is, and then what languages and frameworks it uses. And then it'll add it to our system. And that way people can search for your project based on like what they're good at and their skill level. And then it'll then have like information that you can, and the link to the GitHub repository so that you can go on there and contribute to it. And yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, it's awesome. It looks really cool. And it sounds like it's a really good idea. Who is it kind of aimed at? Is it for people who are just kind of new to coding and stuff like that?
I mean, it's aimed at all developers. So it essentially, if you're a new developer and you want to find a project to contribute to, you can use it for that. Or if you're an established developer and you have an open source project that you need help with, you can also use the site to find help.
That's really cool. And then, so how big was your team who worked on this?
There was 3 of us.
Cool. And what kind of technologies did you use to build it?
We used the mean stack. So we used MongoDB for the database, Express and Node on the back end for the queries, and then Angular for the front end.
Awesome. And how did you kind of divide up tasks amongst you and your team members?
We basically laid everything out that we had to do, and then we kind of gave them an assigned like difficulty level. And then based on that, we just each picked like the easier ones so that we can knock them out real quick and focus more on the difficult tasks. And then based on that, we just grabbed whichever one we think we would be good at and then worked on it until we finished it, and then we grabbed a new one.
Awesome. And were there any like particular technologies that you actually had to kind of learn how to use, especially for this project?
For the login service, we used a third-party login that was built. So I had to tinker with that quite a bit just because it came pre-built so that you can use like GitHub, LinkedIn, Facebook, basically any social media that you needed. But it had some issues. So we kind of had to work through those and learn those as we went along.
Awesome. That's so cool that you managed to learn all that. And what would you say was actually the biggest challenge you had while building this project?
I would say just the time span, because we did three weeks in, we had to start over. So we had to like not only from concept and the idea, but we had to do it all the way through to what you see now.
Yeah, that's really cool. And so what are your plans for the future of this project now? Are you going to continue working on it and kind of launch it live, that sort of thing?
We are. So right now It's almost ready. We just have a few tweaks, but we're kind of focusing our information or our energy on like starting careers. And then once we get established in that part, we've all agreed to come back to it and work on it.
Nice. That's really cool. And show me like the homepage again.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is the homepage after you log in.
Yeah. Nice. That's really cool.